Okay, everybody should have evaluated both of these. So we're going to do 3a first, g of -4. First step is to rewrite the problem. G of -4 equals -4 squared plus 4 times -4 minus 1. So what I need you guys to notice is this -4, everywhere we have this x, all we did was we put this -4 in. And now we're going to evaluate. So g of -4 equals -4 squared. That means -4 times -4. A negative times a negative is positive. 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 plus -4 times, positive 4 times a -4 will be a negative because you have a positive times a negative. So that'll be -16. And then we drop down our -1. So based off the order of operations, we will solve. So g of -4, 16 plus a -16, that is a 0, and drop down our -1. So g of -4 would be -1. But we also have b. So we need to solve g of 8 equals 8 squared plus 4x minus 1. So I'm going to clear everything out. And I want to show you that all I'm going to do is replace in my original writing where this -4 is at. I'm going to replace it with my 8. So g of 8 will equal 8 squared plus 4 times 8 minus 8. So we know g of -4 is already we solved was -1. Now let's solve for g of 8. So g of 8 will equal 8 times 8. 8 squared would be 64. Plus 8 times 4 will be 32 minus 1. Now, based off the order of operations, we will add before we subtract, moving left to right. So 64 plus 32 equals 96. Subtract 1. So g of 8 would equal 95. So g of -4 is -1, but g of 8 would be 95. There are my two answers.